as we look at the crews contesting today's race, it will be Brazil, Israel, Ukraine, Norway, France and Germany.
So there they are on the start in lane 1. It's the 45-year-old Brazilian, strong team from Brazil here, Claudia Sabino. Over there on the far side of the course. Lawrence Samuel from Israel, 40 years of age, suffered a spinal stroke in 2006, what classified her at this event. There is the 21-year-old Ukrainian Anna Sheremet, centre lane, going toe-to-toe with the Paralympic champion Birgit Skarstein. Anyone's going to have a tough job to overturn her in this race, but Shermeet might be able to do it. The French sculler from Marseille, Nathalie Benoit. She's in lane 5. And on this near side, Manuela Diening from Germany, from Rudolf-Rhein Munster.
Germany. Attention.
Well, we're away, and it was that bow to me of Anna Sheremet from Ukraine. It just popped out in front as we take a look, unsurprisingly, at Birgit Skarstein. She had those arms really straight out in front of her to get that first stroke in. But it's looking at Anna Sheremet and the way she really gets that length at the back end of the stroke, finishes it out quite different kind of look. She's so slightly built, but actually it's the French sculler over here, Nathalie Benoit, who's got the lead.
She's so tough, Benoit. Between June 15 and July 23rd, 2013, she travelled 1,000 kilometres running between Paris and Marseille. Took a silver in the 1,000 metre event of the arms, shoulders only in 2012. She's a tough cookie, that woman.
She's punched out to an early lead here. The Paralympic bronze medalist from the Tokyo Games last year. She was 4th at the Second World Cup earlier this year, but looking to send a message early and get herself into this game, because the challenge is going to come from these two scullers locked together from the Ukraine and Norway.
It's almost an unbelievable lean back. I think this is the biggest lean back in the World Championships from Shermeet at the back end of the stroke. I remember when the Canadians were rowing almost like that in sort of 2004, the Canadian men's 8, that kind of long lean back, but it really does set her apart from the other athletes in this race.
Yeah, it's sort of thing you sometimes see people doing on the rowing machine to try and sort of cheat the machine almost and get extra length out of it, but you sort of think, well, it can't really fit within a crew boat format. But here in the single, in this PR1, Anna Sheremet makes it work for her. As we see the fast-starting Nathalie Benoit from France just being caught up now by these two scullers from Norway and Ukraine beside her. And again, we see a picture of that lean back.
Skarstein's going to be pleased. She's got the lead over Sheremet at this stage of the race. I guess she'll be pretty confident that she can overhaul Benoit, fast-starting Frenchwoman. She's got good forward mobility, Skarstein, in that boat. You can see from the body rock over at the front end, really getting those blades round, not wasting anything around the front. And it's her bow, I think, will hit the front, the first mark.
Yeah, it is Birgit Skarstein who leads through the first 500. She did 2 minutes 30 in the heat. She would have been 1 second apart from Anna Sheremet in that, so they're quicker today. And Nathalie Benoit's in there too. As we take a look at the Brazilian sculler over there, just a little bit less balanced than the other scullers.
Yeah, she's given it her all, Claudia Sabino, there on the far side of the course in lane 1. Lauren Samuel, well, say no more, there is the Israeli. She's right up there, comes into this race with a silver from the Tokyo Paralympics. No, she can't live with them in the first half of the course, but we'll hope to pick something up in the second 1,000 metres, the Israeli sculler. Maybe pick up the French woman.
Yeah, let's see. That's probably the most likely thing that could happen as we take a look now over here with Manuela Diening. She got the silver medal at the European Championships Here she is over here. It's made a debut in 2001.
Yeah, taking this spot over Sylvia Pieler-Steppert, the German. You can see the strapping there on the legs. See her face just glued to that pace coach, set just above her feet in that boat, letting her know what the time is. Lauren Samuel coming back into the race and almost got the overlap on Benoit.
And Sculls, summer and winter Paralympian, looking so dominant here. She's opening up clear water now over lane 3 and lane 5, Ukraine and France. A great performance from the French sculler as she looks across at Anna Sheremet of Ukraine. But Anna Sheremet now starting to move through. Can she challenge the incredible Birgit Sculls for the gold medal?
Well, we're looking at Natalie Benoit there, and you can see she's the one who's just going slightly in the wrong direction. It's only one person going in the right direction at the front of the field. That's Birgit Sculls. That gap is still getting bigger. Anna Sheremet will want to make sure she goes with the Norwegian sculler as they come into the third quarter, and that gap doesn't get any bigger, but it starts to become her time, and she can start to close the gap if she is going to challenge for that gold medal.
So the lead is just clear water that the Norwegian sculler Sculls has going through the halfway point over Sheremet from the Ukraine. And Benoit, the French sculler, Lauren Samuel, needs to make a big move in this third quarter. But Sculls out there in front, and Sheremet distinctive lean back. You can see the strapping on her body there. Just keeping those legs together. This is a class for rowers who have no or minimal trunk function. A reminder what classifies these athletes here.
Anna Sheremet, the 21-year-old, you see her at the top of the picture there. She's so slight in her body, her shoulders, her arms. But she does use that length she can get. She does move the boat. But actually, Natalie Benoit, who I thought was going in the wrong direction, has actually held that move and is holding in there, wrestling for that silver medal. Birgit Sculls looking pretty good. The gap, if anything, is just edging up ahead of these two in silver medal position.
We saw the French Paralympic team celebrating yesterday, or the day before, that gold medal from the French PR2, PR3 mixed double scull, was it? Ahead of the Brazilian favourites.
As we had a great shot there of the race leader, Birgit Sculls, as I mentioned, Winter Paralympian as well, competing at the 2018 Winter Paralympic Games in Pyeongchang in the cross-country skiing, the 1.5 kilometre sprint classic, the 7.5 kilometre classic and the 15 kilometre free events.
Yeah, sensational. She also did Dancing with the Stars in 2021, wanting to do something different during COVID. And she's been breaking barriers ever since. Birgit Sculls, and now out of the front of this late race. Benoit, well, we said she was a tough cookie, and she did find something to dig in over Sheremet.
Yeah, she is digging in, isn't she? The French sculler. As we take a look again back here with Birgit Sculls at the front of the field. Natalie Benoit, world champion back in 2010. But that's a title which has been claimed by Birgit Sculls, well, since 2017.
And I'm a bit surprised that we haven't seen Manuela Diening from Germany feature a bit more heavily in this. She's back in 5th place. She was 3rd at World Cup 2 earlier this year. She was 2nd at the European Championships.
I think she might be moving through into 4th.
Yeah, maybe as we speak about her just moving forward into, she'll come through that 1500 metre mark in 4th position. But no doubt about the race leader from Norway.
See the way she puts the blades in. I mean, she's right out there. There's nothing wasted at the front end from Sculls. It's quite a gentle movement at the catch, but she just gets there and squeezes it as much as she can from that body low down, you can see.
Yeah, no, like you say, really nice to watch the way the sculls go into the water. She takes that time to get them in. She's usually the lowest rating sculler in the race. That is true again today. She's at 29 strokes a minute. Everyone else in the low 30s. But no, she makes sure she gets that connection and just moves the boat past the blade.
And Sculls first picked up rowing in 2012, and her first major event was at the World Cup in Varese in 2013. She injured her left leg while jumping into a lake in 2010. And following that accident, during treatment, she received an epidural injection into her back that accidentally injured the spinal cord, which paralysed her from the waist down. So finding the sport of rowing only a couple of years after that accident.
Yeah, Natalie Benoit there, diagnosed with MS, in silver medal position. Sculls comes past the athlete's lunch tent there, and shortly she will be heading past the grandstands to the acclaim of the Norwegian spectators, as we can see there. Commanding lead in this race.
Well, we saw her come across the line in the heat. She was looking down at that stopwatch of hers to see what the time was. Today, she's not needing to race the clock. She's racing her competitors. And here we see Natalie Benoit making a strong move for the silver medal. Anna Sheremet over there in boat number 3, looking fairly clear for the bronze. Wonder whether anything can happen now in these last 100 metres or so as they're coming down towards our commentary position.
Sculls, will she go sub 10? Anything under the 10-minute mark is lightning fast for this PR1 women's singles class, but Sculls has just about 4 or 5 strokes to go. It's not going to be sub 10. That won't bother the Norwegian. Yet another world title. Gold medal to Big Sculls of Norway. It's a silver medal for Natalie Benoit of France. Magical second 1,000 from the French woman. And it's a bronze medal, another medal, para medal for the Ukrainian team. Got to be pleased with that 4th place, Manuela Diening, overhauling Moran Samuel from Israel. As we see the Norwegian flags, we'll flick back and look at Moran Samuel finish.
Moran Samuel's going to be 5th. It was Manuela Diening got through to claim that 4th place with a good second half of the race. As we see Birgit Skarstein celebrate through the pain, I think. That 10.07 has clearly taken it out of her. Natalie Benoit, again, you just see how much that's hurt. She's pretty brave the way she took it out. Early race leader.
And that's a new World Championship best time for Birgit Skarstein, beating her previous World Championship best time of 10:13.63.
As Claudia Sabino comes up to the finish from Brazil, she'll be so proud to be in this A final, and so proud of her moment crossing the finish line after that grueling 2,000 metre row. So Sculls congratulates her fellow competitors.
So there we see confirmation of that win for Birgit Skarstein of Norway ahead of Natalie Benoit and Anna Sheremet, and we will see them on the medal podium.